Order up, eh? Whenever you're ready.
Going live.
Fucking live.
Whenever you're almost sat.
Sat down. Posted on a cone.
We are live.
Big bet.
Hello.
What is up, everyone? OPB again, back at it with the 3.5 session.
Part 2.
The second stream of the day. I'm here with Joe. Another one of the homies. He was on the last stream, or the stream before today. And yeah.
And if you're new, this is Richie.
Yeah. I'm Richie if you haven't seen us yet and you're new. So let's fucking get her started. Hold up, I gotta make sure that I can see that the stream is even going.
Yeah, we're gonna let people join maybe. But yeah, I gotta get it up too, kind of.
Yeah, go for it, bro.
Will it be like?
Yeah, I mean, if you go to if you sign into the account,
I don't need to, do I?
I mean, you don't need to, but like.
Can I just view it?
Yeah,
You can also just pull up the stream.
Yeah, twitch.tv at Omit Personal Bias, you know.
Well, sorry.
Did you get it pulled? Who knows? Dude, I love how this. I like how we're like fucking repping the Tito's.
It's quality stuff.
Dude, it's probably one of my favorite vodkas for mixing.
What is your favorite
Gaming?
vodka for mixing?
Tito's.
Star Gaming just followed.
Yeah. Thanks for the follow.
Yo.
Thanks for showing up.
I wasn't sure if that was Joe for a second.
No, not me. I have not even found it yet, so you're doing better than me, Quickstar.
But yeah, thanks for showing up. We're gonna talk about, probably cars, music, a bunch of stuff today.
Just things we
Right
enjoy.
now we're just kind of in the hangout before the main conversation.
Exactly.
Yes, sir. So,
Oh. Wow, that's some stupidity right
what's
there.
up?
Back
You
to
gonna say
Tito's.
something, though?
Back to Tito's. I totally.
Favorite vodka. Back to that.
I don't know if it's okay. My favorite vodka.
No, what is though?
Smirnoff. Smirnoff, just the classic Smirnoff is my favorite vodka.
Really?
Yeah, just because like it's my go-to. Like it's a cheap bottle, and it's also like really good to mix with stuff. And they also have pretty solid flavored bottles as well if you want to mix it up.
I've never really. I've had it a couple times. Never considered much. I had their salted caramel one because someone bought it for me, and it was so bad I never got Smirnoff again.
Salted caramel.
Mhm.
Oh my god. I have
I acquired it through I don't know. Somehow, this was may or may not before you could get it. But it's
I ended up with you ended up with your bottle of
I ended
vodka.
up with something that I didn't want, and I drank it, and I didn't like it. So I've never bought Smirnoff again.
It's just like when Ryan and I, we had freshman year, we had a really bad fire drill problem in our dorm.
Oh yeah, you were saying that.
Yeah, every time we had a fire alarm, Ryan and I would just take 2 shots of this really shitty tequila that I bought, and it got to the point where there was one night where we had like 3 different fire alarms, and it just was disgusting. Like I wanted to puke after I took every shot of that tequila.
Yeah.
I can't do tequila.
So it happened that often every night?
I'd say like we had fire alarms probably like 2 times a week no, maybe not 2 times a week. Maybe like once a week on average.
Not bad though. That's like enough to where it's fun to drink when you have a fire alarm.
Yeah.
It's like random night. You're all going to sleep. You're like, I got class in the morning. You fucking fire alarm.
Fire alarm goes off. You're like, God damn it! It's 3 in the morning.
Damn
I'm tired. I don't want to do
Richie's
this.
standing there with a shot. Hey, come on, guys.
And then we also had Fireball too, and that was those Fireballs always used to take shots.
Let me sidetrack with a terrible question. Why can't I find this when I search Omit Personal Bias on Twitch?
Omit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Do you know?
You know what we're doing?
I'm slightly.
That's a geek. But yeah, no.
That's why I couldn't find it, dude.
I hope I put Omit Personal Bias on my story. I'm pretty sure I did. I definitely didn't.
I don't
think
know.
about it because I
don't
pulled
know.
up this stream.
I don't know why I was tripping. We got a viewer though. Who did it?
I don't know. I mean, I wish it would tell me who's viewing.
It would be cool if it would tell us, but
That would be neat. But you know, we're gonna go on regardless of. How
Oh,
many
yeah,
viewers
regardless.
We have
No, I
and
know.
Who's in here, you know?
But so do you want to talk about? You had mentioned with Ryan. Do you want to talk about? I didn't know if you wanted to talk
The injuries?
Yeah. Is that what you wanted? Did
Yeah,
you want to
yeah,
go
yeah.
into that a little bit?
Earlier today, we talked a little about injuries. I told everyone about how I broke my wrist, how I crashed on my longboard and like ripped my arm up. Those are the 2 injuries I brought up. But the one that I wanted to hear your story of is when you tore your ACL skiing.
Oh my gosh.
Because like I just remember the clip of it, and it like it's sad to say, but I laughed my ass off on that clip
Yeah.
because you land and you're like, ah, I broke my leg.
I thought I broke my leg. So that was a really fun day until that happened. It was like, just to give you an idea, we were at Seven Springs, me, Chad, John.
What's Seven Springs?
Oh, Seven Springs is a ski resort in Pennsylvania. Pretty popular. They have like probably the best park on the
East
East Coast.
northeast, like where we
Yeah.
maybe not northeast, but
I mean,
like Midwest.
I would say they're rivaled by like actual mountains like Mount Hood. So,
Really?
Oh yeah, like Seven Springs has a crazy park.
I've never actually. I think I've skied there when I was younger. I don't really remember it.
Their park's like top notch.
Really?
Oh yeah, and so it was about 11:30, and we're making runs, you know, having fun, just cruising on a beautiful day. And they have this section called the streets, and it's
Oh yeah.
all urban setup. So like, there's not many lips onto rails, so like you have to jump yourself and stuff like that. And it's a pretty technical area, and I just went into a cannon rail with a lot too much speed.
Cannon rail is like, you know, it just kind of like shoots you
Yeah,
out.
it's a big rail, and it had a wall ride at the end of it, and I was trying to transition into the wall ride, but at one point I just said I should jump over the wall ride.
Straight to flat.
Well, I didn't want to go to flat. If you watch the video, there's like a landing behind the wall ride. There's a small landing, probably 4 or 6 feet, and I just flew over the landing. Not good. And smacked and landed backseat, tore my ACL. And then I thought I broke my leg, so I'm laying there, and the ski lift's going over me. And I'm yelling, I broke my leg, with profanities probably, at the people, and they're looking down at me, and I'm staring, yelling, I broke my leg, get ski patrol, and they're all just looking at me.
I love it. I love at the end of that edit that John made. It's like you riding off in the
in the stretcher,
the
waving
toboggan. Just
I felt like Ben Roethlisberger, and he got knocked down, and yeah, that was a terrible time. But
that was, dude, that was crazy. I feel bad for laughing at it still, because like you fucked up your ACL.
It's good. It sucked, but I
it's
mean,
a story.
It's a story. It was on video.
Yeah,
You can't ask for anything more than that.
I'm gonna
I'll
go
get
grab
hurt
another
if it's
drink.
on video. Yeah, what are you doing, boss? Oh, he's booking it. Look at that fool. Look at that fool. He's on a mission. What are you repping? See what Richie's got to drink today.
These like Smirnoff red wine blues. They're like the seltzer version.
Speaking of red, white, and blue, happy America.
Yeah. Shout out to the Independence Day, July 4th.
The 4th of July.
Wonderful holiday.
Great holiday. So, you do anything to celebrate, Richie?
I went up to Marblehead, Lake Erie, or Marblehead. Yeah, it's like up on Lake Erie, to my friend's grandma's house, and we went fishing at Bay Point at this channel. Caught a bunch of sheephead, which was garbage, but I caught this huge catfish that was like, yay big, 4 or 5 pounds. It was scap though, because they got their barbs, and like you don't want to get. I used a multi-tool to get that hook out.
Are their barbs sharp?
Yeah, and then they're like, I think they have like some sort of toxin. It's not like really
Catfish?
bad for you. Yeah. So they have like little whiskers, and they have those little like fins that are like literally right below their mouth. That's where the little barbs are.
So my dad told me a very interesting thing about catfish. Did you know? I don't know what exactly bridge. Apparently, a bridge in the Ohio River collapsed, and when they went down to recover bodies, there were catfish that were bigger than the people down there. So they were like really scared, and apparently they were throwing like concussion mines down into the river, so that they could dive and go recover bodies.
Oh my god.
Because the catfish were so big, they could like swallow them if they wanted to.
Jesus, it's like those. You ever watch River Monsters with Jeremy Wade?
Yeah.
Remember when he catch like those Wells catfish in like England? Dude,
That
those,
stuff freaks me out.
It's like, do I really want to swim anymore, knowing
No,
that there's
no.
these things in fresh water?
So I don't like the ocean.
I am a big fan. I love the ocean.
So this is gonna be very controversial, but I had a swimming pool my entire life, and I'm not entertained by swimming. It's not fun for me. It's cool. I like my friends, but I don't want to swim. It's not like my motive.
Really? Like
Really.
you never like? Has there ever been? I mean, there's probably been times, but like, do you ever just be like, oh, I'm gonna go swim today just 'cause fuck it, or do you only swim like when you have people over to swim?
I have people over to swim when they want to swim.
Mhm.
I don't have people
You
over
never-
to swim because I want to swim.
But I was just like asking you personally, do you ever just be
I
like,
don't-
I'm gonna swim today?
I don't jump in, no.
Really? I feel like
If I have family over, I will.
Mhm.
I mean, for 20 minutes, but it's not like I just jump into the diving board and do flips because that's fun.
That's a good time. That's
But
what.
that's what I'm saying. So, I was gonna get to this.
Mhm.
This may be very controversial. Me personally, I don't like boats. I don't like swimming. But I like doing things, right? So, I think boats in themselves are really boring. Like, I like cars, so that's not boring.
Yeah.
So people would say like, "Oh, it's just a vehicle. How would it be fun?" I think cars are fun.
Yeah.
But going on a boat, unless I was like driving a speedboat or something, I don't think that's fun. I think I
Just
have to
sitting
be
there
doing a
thinking-
different activity while I'm doing. So like if you go out on a boat with your friends, you're getting drunk, you're throwing footballs in the water, you're
Water
swimming,
skiing,
you're
wakeboarding,
doing stupid stuff,
Yeah.
throwing people in. You know, you're fishing.
You're
It's
bored.
fun. But when you're just, it would be no fun to be on a boat by yourself, in my opinion.
Mhm.
I don't like water though,
Yeah.
so
I
that
think-
might lead to it.
I don't think I would ever really buy a boat unless it was like a really nice boat, like more like a yacht.
Like a yacht.
But like, yeah, I agree with that. Like, I don't think just driving a boat around would be like that enjoyable.
No.
I'd rather do a lot of other things. Like, I would do pretty much anything other than just
Right.
drive a boat by myself. Like, what's
So,
the point?
Like when people say boating is fun, I say no, it's not.
Mhm.
Doing
Activities.
doing things while you're on a boat may be fun,
Yeah.
yes, but boating is not fun. I don't enjoy that.
I could see why someone would think sailing is fun.
That would be cool though.
I've sailed like 2 times in my life, 2 or 3 times off of
That'd be scary.
It's not that. Well, the thing is, I've only sailed
In nice water.
in the Sound in fucking the Outer Banks by
Ooh.
Kerala.
How was that?
Super fun. Cause like, I mean, it's
Wavy?
no in the Sound, like there's literally little to no waves, and the reason it's just like when you don't know how to sail and you're with someone who is, you know, been through the Navy, been through the Armed Forces, knows like how to sail in the fashion that like it's a vessel and you are like, you know, in control of it, and then taking that hands on and like doing it yourself. Yeah, I thought that was it was pretty interesting. I enjoyed it, but the thing
Yeah.
is like it's not something that I like really wanted to go out and do.
Like you would find yourself doing it every weekend or
No,
something?
not at all. Like I wouldn't do that, but like I enjoyed it the 2 or 3 times that I
Mhm.
did it because, you know, I was controlling a boat with just the wind and a rudder.
That is really cool, the like natural aspect of that.
Uh-huh.
I think that would be more fun to almost pilot yourself
Mhm.
versus driving a boat that does its own thing. Like,
It's got a motor.
yeah, there's still like complications you have to deal with, like how deep water is and stuff like that.
Chops and
Yeah, but-
side waves and all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
but at the same time, it's like, what's the fun in being on a thing you could drown on?
what's the fun with driving something that could slam you into a wall and kill you?
So,
It's kind of like, you know, it's a two-way street.
now, do you think you have more control of a boat than you do a car?
I feel like you have a lot less that you have to worry about when you're in a boat when it comes to purely just
Based off other
moving
people.
around.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Because there's a
People
lot
are
more
idiots
distance.
on the road. Have people been getting worse with this COVID-19 thing and
I don't think so.
driving? Have you been driving on the highways?
Yeah, I mean, I've definitely.
People are ridiculous. They want to go everywhere so fast. Do you not notice it?
I mean, I feel like it's always kind of been people just trying to boost around. I don't think it's really changed that much. But I feel like I'm on the highway less, so I notice it more.
I would relate it to when I was in Detroit. When you're in Detroit, there's people going 85 past you the entire time you're going on a 50. It's a 55. The road is a 55. There's guardrails on each side, and there's cops everywhere.
And people are
And
just
people are
boosting.
going 85, 90, 100, 110 past you. It's ridiculous.
Like regularly?
It's all the time.
Oh my
24
God.
hours a day, bro. It's ridiculous. It's hilarious.
I've never been to Detroit.
And so when I go out in this, now I'm driving to Akron, and I'm like, dude, I'm getting blown by pickup trucks and stuff. I'm like, what the hell is going on, dude? People are in a rush to get everywhere, especially on the way home from work.
I've seen more people cutting people off. I've seen a lot of people like skirting around the lanes more than like they used to.
I don't know. I feel like with all the stuff going on around the, media
I feel like
and
people are-
everything, people are just like,
Uh-huh.
"Alright, I'm gonna have fun with fireworks. I'm gonna do illegal stuff. Why not?"
Yeah, definitely. But like, I think people are also driving a lot more recklessly because I feel like now since like there is that aspect and like a cop might not pull you over because like he has to think about COVID, like you were saying. Like I feel like now people have a lot lesser chance of getting pulled over just because I feel like the cops are being held to a different standard due to everything.
I had talked with the cop at a gas station like mid-COVID, and he was saying he was getting so many tickets because people are speeding like crazy. He was like hyped. He was like, dude, this is awesome. He's like, people are flying. I'm getting he's like,
I caught 15 people today going 100 plus.
for real. He's like, I've never caught this many people speeding in my entire life. And so I get it. They might not pull you over, but Stadies? Do you think a Stadie's not going to pull you over for COVID?
No, Stadies are going to pull you over
Stadies are
because
5
they want to
minutes
pull
and
you
you're
over.
out the door. Go have your ticket, sir. Have a nice day. It's
Fact.
not a big deal. So, like, I don't know. If a cop is really scared about COVID, then
Yeah, he might not, but I feel like the majority of them
yeah,
probably.
the majority of them are probably racking out their dough. They're probably making overtime or not overtime, but
Do they get compensated for
for
like
ticketing.
yeah, or do they do? I'm pretty sure they're not held to a quota because that was like a myth that I learned that like basically if a cop wasn't pulling enough people over, they would like lose their job or get something.
Yeah, but I mean,
I don't think that's true though because you can't like
enforce someone to do their job,
Yeah,
guys.
enforce
Nowadays,
someone-
come on.
but I'm saying enforce someone
to arrest people.
Yeah, to pick people out for who've broken the law.
I'm looking it up.
Uh-huh.
If police officers get compensated for ticketing,
I don't think they do.
Yeah, I doubt it. Because if they did, there'd be a lot of cops out there just snagging people left and right. Or at least that's what I
Yeah.
think.
I don't know if I'm ever gonna find a valid source on it, but I feel like there has to be an incentive
To do your job.
to do
and
your
pull
job.
people over.
I mean, it is their job, is it not? And so if you didn't do your job, would
What do you get paid for it? No. I
if
guess.
they're just not paying attention, they're not gonna find anyone. So they have to have some sort of rule to go by. But
I don't know, dude. I've only had a couple. The only encounters I've ever had with police haven't been that bad. And it's just been like really stupid shit, like a noise complaint or getting in a very minor car accident where someone rear-ended me or
never anything.
yeah, never anything like you're getting screwed over. Yeah,
No
like
neck,
never,
no neck whipping.
no like totaling my car. Nothing too nuts. So like I don't know. I think every time I've encountered the cops where they've had to like practice the law, they've been relatively fair. But one time though, I got pulled over for having my brights on. That kind of shocked me. Like I have no
That's
idea.
weird.
Yeah, I was passing Brandywine. It was right about. It was like right before the new year. I think it was like it was like probably like the 28th or like the 29th, and I had gotten off work earlier that day, and I was going back to ski. And I remember, like, I was going down Boston Mills Road, which is, like, this really windy back road that not many people are on. And it was pretty dark out, so I made sure to have my brights on just because I was scared of hitting a deer because
Makes sense,
there's a
right?
lot of deer on that road. And I took a left, forgetting to turn my brights off. The second I saw a car coming towards me, I turned them off. It was literally, like, an instant.
Yeah.
But this cop fucking turns around, throws them on, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, at first I, like, started to slow down. I was like, no way is this dude fucking pulling me over.
Bruh.
But then he, like, kept up, and I was like, oh, Jesus. I pull over, and he's like, where are you going tonight, son? Like, kind of, like, aggressively, and I was like, I'm going to ski. He's like, you had your brights on? I was like, yeah, I'm sorry. I turned them off right away. And he's like, you shouldn't have your brights on when you're driving down the road. I'm like, the fuck? Like, I was like, what? Yeah, I'm like, what merit do you have to pull me over for having my fucking brights on?
Dude.
No, I didn't get a ticket. Nothing happened, but I was just
You
like...
shouldn't have had your brights on, Richie.
Yeah, no, I just didn't have my brights on.
What in the world?
But that was the only time I ever had an interaction with a cop that was like, this is kind of unnecessary.
That is unnecessary. I've had a couple. I got pulled over for riding too close to the white line. Too close.
Too close to the
on the other side of the road.
Yeah.
Not even the yellow line. Too close to the white.
The dot.
Not even on it. Not even on the white line. I got pulled over for being too close. Okay. Yeah, that was a bad one.
Was he pissed?
No, this was going over a hill. I was on the right side of the road. In America, we drive on the right side of the road. So if you're on the right side, you're farthest away from the opposite lane of traffic. I was on the far side of the road, going over a hill in the middle of the night, which would be pretty common for most people. They don't want to get hit head on by someone that's drunk driving going over a hill in the middle of the road, right? So you would ride the right of the road all night just so... I learned it from my safety instructor from driving school. And when I got pulled over, I just wanted to look at the officer and say, Mr. Malarkey taught me to drive on the right side of the road.
That's where you should be if you're anywhere on the road.
Because
you're furthest away from oncoming
traffic. There was a
traffic.
girl in our high school that got hit going over a hill at night, got hit head on by a drunk driver, and got killed in a car of like 4 people. So why would I not drive on the right side of the road going over a hill at night? I don't understand that. And so I got pulled over, and that was bad. I also got pulled over on my street bike going 15 over, and the cop had me on the ground, pulled his gun on me.
What?
Had my book bag on the concrete sprayed open.
I never heard this story.
No?
No.
Oh, that was Parma police.
Oh my god. 15 over, and he had
I was going like... What was it? I was going like 51 and a 35. So I was like 16 over.
Yeah, and it's a 35 zone, so it's not like it's...
And on my... this is in no way justification, but on my street bike, I don't know what speed I'm going because when it says I'm going 35, it's actually somewhere around 50.
Because if you...
my speedo is just off.
Oh.
It's just off. I don't know if the dude before me put a different sprocket or whatnot, but it's just off. And so, it just doesn't read the right speed. So I don't know how fast I'm going. If I'm going 30, I'm probably going 45. So I'm going, what he said was 51 or something like that. I pull off to the side on this intersection, and he just walks out. He didn't pull until he was like very suspicious the entire time with it on it, and he was like asking me weird questions. I was like, I'm coming from school, officer. Like, do you want me to take my helmet off? He's like, no, don't move. I'm like, I'm not gonna shoot you. I'm coming from school. I get it that they have to be concerned about it, but I don't understand treating every single person like a criminal until they're non-compliant.
Yeah.
I feel like every person, not every person, but most times you're gonna have someone that's non-compliant, and then they're gonna be like, oh, this dude's being a jerk. He might shoot me. Yeah. You don't have to see everyone use and say, oh, this guy might shoot me.
You can't go into every single encounter with someone that's like breaking the law.
I mean,
being like
Parma's a decent place too. It's not
like a burnt or like a rundown
look
neighborhood.
at me. What am I gonna do?
Yeah,
What
like-
am I gonna? He's like 45 years old and a big guy. What am I gonna do with it?
So like he literally pulled his gun on you and like made you get down on the ground.
He had me like lay on the sidewalk, and he was looking through my backpack, and he's taking stuff out and laying it on the sidewalk. And at first he was like, I was like, can I take my gloves off? And he's like, just hang on, don't do anything, don't move. And I'm just like chilling there, like okay. And then he had me. Eventually he had me like take my helmet off and stuff like that. But it was all like so controlled. He was like needed to control the scenario. I get it, but. Seemed a little aggressive.
Yeah, no, that's
A little
fucking nuts, dude.
interesting, right? Yeah.
It's like when it's also the other time that we got involved with the cops with the sound complaint was at John's property.
Dude, that was
one cop, the one that yelled at me, who's saying I was breaking the law because I wasn't telling the truth, but I was telling the complete and honest truth.
Yeah.
That was so annoying.
I don't remember that exact part, but that
He,
was
like, tried
a
to
very
out me.
Interesting time.
Like it was like right after he gave this like.
Okay, so
10-minute
let me
speech.
get yeah. So you said he was trying to out you. Let me explain
Yeah.
a little of the story.
Yeah.
So what happened was, all of our high school buddies were chilling at this property that our friend owned, and it was a field, basically a farmer's field, and they rented it out, and then they still own the property though. So we were allowed to go anywhere that was pretty much not on the field. And so we were in the very back of this huge field.
Yeah, and there was a field on one side, and then there was a little grass portion. There was a whole other field.
Right.
Massive
Okay.
property.
So yeah, it's a driveway in the middle of two fields, and you pull down the driveway, go off onto one of the fields, and follow it to the back, and there's this like camping spot we had set up, and we were chilling there for all day, and no issues until
I pulled up.
I forgot it
pulled
was
up.
you. This kid. So
After
we were chilling there
homecoming.
having a fire. We were a little younger, and some
Going
people
around.
may or may not had some things like that were not right at the time. And so we're all in the back of these woods, and this kid pulls up.
I pull up after homecoming. I had a horrible day. I had someone rear-end my car. Homecoming was a disaster. Pictures were awful. Like, it was just a shit experience.
Not Richie's day.
Not my day. And then I decided to come to the. I was like, all right, I'm just, nothing
One
could
good
go
thing.
wrong. Nothing could go wrong hanging out with my friends and having this
No.
bonfire or this camping camping, thing. Experience that we had been planning for a while.
Post homecoming rager
Yeah, pretty much.
in the woods with all the homies.
With a
Everyone
bunch
was
of
there. There
stuff.
were like 20
Like,
people there.
bunch
dude.
of
It was
random
like,
shit. Guitars, banana suits.
dude, yes, it was fun. And so all of a sudden Richie pulls up, and he's like in the middle of the road calling people, trying to figure out where to go.
I didn't know where the property was because it was my first time going there.
I get it.
Mhm.
Rookie mistake. But so basically Richie was sitting in the road for long enough for the neighbors to come outside, and then when they did,
A couple of the people who came.
yeah, our friend's cousin was there, and he was saying, he was talking back with them, and apparently the parents didn't like that. I don't know exactly what he said. I don't think he said anything wrong either.
Yeah, it was just two dudes on one side of the street yelling at me in the middle of the street, and a couple of people across the street.
Yeah, so the people across the street were like really young or something like that, and
Yeah.
he said that they couldn't come to our party. He said like, you wish, or something like that.
Yeah. You
So,
wish
like-
you were cool enough to.
Yeah,
That's what it
yeah,
was.
He said,
Yeah.
like, you wish you were cool enough to come to our party, and I think it was the neighbors called the police, or someone called someone.
Yeah,
had
the
to-
neighbors called the police. They called
Someone
the police.
had
on
to
us.
call the police. It had to be them after that experience. There was no one else
Mm-hmm.
for at least 500, 600, 700 feet up the road, and we were
Mhm.
so far back in the woods that was the only relevant house, really.
Yeah, but then, so I'm there. I show up. I'm there for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
We're all chilling back at the campfire. We were like walking around in some other portion, just like gooning around. And I remember it was me and like 3 other people and my current girlfriend. And we were just like sitting up there looking down back at like the road that led up to this like little like barn that there was. And we kept seeing lights. We kept seeing spotlights.
Yeah.
And we were just like, what is
What
that a
in the world?
spotlight? Like, no way. There's no way their cops are here. Like, we did nothing wrong. There's no reason
Right.
cops would be here. So then we walk back down to the campsite, and literally, like, 2 minutes later, I had been at the property for, like, 30 minutes. We see the lights. We see the lights, and, like, 3 cars just pull up right to where we were. And I remember one of my friends just like, all right, gotta act normal, grabs a hot dog, throws it on a stick, and just starts cooking it.
It was not like GTA. They
No.
did not stay on the road. They went right off road, right to the back, right where we were, and they pulled up in the grass. We were like, huh, that's so fishy, huh?
But the thing is, so they come over there and immediately just start searching us. They didn't read us any rights. They didn't ask us any questions. They immediately just started tearing through our stuff. And like, we were completely respectful. We like the cops came over and they say, "Hey, what's going on?"
Yeah.
And we're just like, "Oh, nothing, just camping." And they start searching everything and find the beer that we said we found on the side of the road, which is just about the best excuse the host of the party and camping could have came up with, being in the state that he was in, because he was the most fucked up out of anyone.
Where'd you find it, son?
On the side of the road.
Found it on the side of the road.
This is like post him like barely being conscious, sitting in like a chair, and then the cop was like, "You can't sit down." He went and sat down anyway, and then he ended up spewing right in front of
I
him.
have to sit down. He's like, I'm not gonna sit down. What do you mean? I can't sit down, officer. It was so good.
That was, but so after like these cops started searching and found things that we shouldn't have had, they're like, all right, the one cop started to lecture us, saying that we had all broken the law and we're all gonna get charged for blah 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 blah.
No, but actually my dad was very upset too, because there were officers there that were telling everyone that if they gave out their info and if they showed the cops what they had hidden and stuff like that, that they were gonna get off free.
Yep.
And there were so many cops there saying, there were like there were like 4 cops there at the end of the night, I would say. But they were saying the entire time, and my dad, they had us all call our parents.
Yep.
And so we're all in this driveway area, and the police are there, and we're all getting our the flashlight in the face, and they're tracking our eyes and stuff. Yes. And for every single person, they're probably just saying, "Oh, you're messed up. You're messed up," because that's what they did to me. And my dad was like,
"You can't prove anything with the flashlight."
Well, yeah, no, not at all.
But so back to it, I was sitting there, and after this dude finished his like little 15-minute lecture that he had given to us about how we're all criminals, and if you don't answer honestly, you're gonna get screwed.
Charged.
So he comes up to me. I hadn't done shit. I'd been there for 30 minutes, and I was literally just like so scared, because it was like one of my first time dealing with cops whilst being in a situation where something was going down.
It was a weird situation.
Yeah. And the cop asked me, he said, "Son, have you had anything to drink tonight?" And I said, "No, sir, I haven't." And then immediately he just, "You're breaking the law. You're not telling that. You're lying to an officer." And I'm sitting there like, God damn, bro. You think this is going to make me lie and basically self-incriminate myself into something I didn't even do?
Yeah.
And it was like, I was just like, bro, you're literally just on a power trip. The other 2 cops that were there initially were just like cracking jokes and pointing stupid shit out that was going on. Like they're like, these are a bunch of kids having a camping trip and just screwing around. Like, they did it too.
Right.
And it was just absurd. I hated the fact that one cop had to be such a dick, but I mean,
it was really weird too, because it was based off, like, if you told on yourself, you had to go to court, and they sent you. It was how many months later? Like
6 or 7 months.
Like,
it was literally a
long
week
time.
away from being dropped.
Yeah, it was, like he said, a week away from being dropped, and they sent out all these letters that said kids had court dates.
Yep.
And it was like all these.
It was shocked.
It was
Everyone
random though, because some kids that admitted to it didn't have court dates, and then random ones that didn't admit really anything had court dates.
Yeah.
It was like completely.
It made no sense how they decided to charge any of us.
No sense.
They just, it literally seemed as if they had just picked half of us and said, these kids are getting charged and these ones aren't.
Yeah, it seemed very much like that. Like, whoever, did you get charged?
No.
Okay,
I got nothing.
I think whoever really just was like, I'm not saying any, because I didn't say anything. What am I going to tell him?
Yeah, no.
Dude, oh yeah, I got a case of beer in the back. What? That's stupid. So,
no.
I got off. I know some of my friends that didn't give anything away didn't get off though. So I don't understand how I didn't get charged.
It made no sense who they chose to charge, but man, those are the only two interactions with cops that were fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm glad that nothing came out of it. Like, besides, like, we were all young and it all got like expunged from our records once we turned, 18. But Jesus, why do we always end up talking about the illegal things?
Well,
but I mean, like,
at this point, you can't be tried for a case twice.
True. Yeah. No. Double jeopardy, baby.
It's already been determined. This is not illegal at all. This is fully legal for us to talk about.
Exactly.
Not incriminating at all. I mean, but yeah. So, do you want to talk about? We had went over
music. Let's do that music, dude.
Okay. Yeah. You want to talk about music?
Yeah. So, earlier before we started the stream, we were just chilling, talking about like what are we gonna talk about today, and we fell on the topic of like what's the best music going on, like what do you like right now? And
yeah.
It's like me personally, I don't really stick with like one artist or one genre year round. Mine's kind of like a seasonal thing. During the summer, this time of year, and like late spring when it's starting to get warm outside and it's like it's outside weather, I am all about like alternative music and like more poppy stuff, like more trendy stuff, and I don't know, it's just I really like the vibes from it, and it's like always upbeat. It's never like rap
right.
or like super hard. It's like really just like
kind of mellow.
Yeah, it's like beach. I compare it to like beachy music. If I was at the beach, I would be listening to that because it's just like you're chilling out, listening to some yams. But when I think about my music in the winter, I think about my music in like compared to how I would ski to it.
Right.
I love skiing, and every time I'm listening to some music, I'm like kind of thinking like just how I would be like shredding down a slope, hitting like hit it with the beat and stuff, just like carving and like buttering.
That's the best feeling though.
Because you're in your own little edit in your mind.
You're vibing to your own song, and you're just shredding, feeling yourself. You're like, damn, that was sick. Just imagining what you're doing in your head, you're like, that's cool.
I always love when I'm like shredding down the slopes, and I'll just do like a fucking mad like tail press.
Yeah.
Like,
dude, this is the reason I tore my ACL actually. If we could go back a little to that. The couple years before that, it's a little low, just watch it. It doesn't burn you. You can just stop ripping it if it does. Okay. But it's chill. Mm-hmm. The year that I tore my ACL, I was doing nose butters. Non-stop. It was like, I was trying like, I wasn't doing it on the rails. That's just a little like step up, you know what I'm saying? That's pretty intense.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure if I tried it for a while, I could get something down.
Were you backsiding it or frontsiding it? Like when you were trying to do it?
On the rails?
Yeah.
I tried a couple times. It would be from the right side and a nose butter left. So I guess it would be
kind of like backside, because like you're spinning back.
Yeah. It's really hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard to line up a butter to land on a rail, but that like whole strain, because on a nose butter when you're skiing, so you basically take the tips of your skis and you jump and do a 180 and you lean really far forward and it bends your skis and you ride on just like the front tips of them.
Yeah, like little scoops.
And so after that you could either jump and do a 180 and land, but it puts a lot of strain on your knees.
Yeah.
And
calves
so
a little bit.
I really think that led to my knee being in half, but I can't tell you for sure. But that is one of those really fun things to do when you're skiing, going down a hill. You see like a roller or something.
Yes, that's the best.
Just
butter.
go as fast as you can, butter off it, and just sand it. You're like, oh, some air, boy.
I've never been able to like do much on my skis other than just like a tail press or like I can't even nose press, because every time I try and nose press, I don't like jump. I literally just try and put weight on my tips to like
do you 180 when you press? You can if you really commit your weight forward, you can do that. But it's still hard at a pivot point and going downhill.
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah. But when I tail press, I usually don't 180 unless like I'm tail pressing into a stop. In which case I'll like tail press and like just swap real quick.
Yeah, that's cool.
But yeah, the way that I look at music is seasonal. I got my rap for winter, fall, and then I got pop, not like pop, but like alternative rock and like even a little bit of country mixed in there for like summer.
I am completely different. I listen to mainly like rap.
Mm-hmm.
I listen to other things, but it's as I hear it. You know, I'm not. I don't mind like pop music and like stuff that's popular now, and I don't mind even like country is not bad. Some country, but I think I listen to enough of the rap that I like to where I don't get too much outside influence. So like, if we were to talk about like, so who would you say? Who's your favorite person to listen to when you ski, person-wise?
Oh my god.
You like the Wiz vibes? That's fun skiing.
Oh yeah, I really fuck with the Wiz when I ski. Probably Wiz, Underachievers, ASAP Rocky, and a little bit of Flatbush Zombie thrown in there. But it's like the lighter Flatbush, not like the super hard.
Would you say that is most of what you like in rap, or is that just a small...
That's a small setting of it for skiing.
A small setting of it for skiing, so more aggressive.
Yeah,
stuff.
I like the aggressive stuff when I ski because it's got all those downbeats, so you can hit it like literally no matter what you're doing, you're gonna be hitting beats when you're carving, when you're buttering, when you're hopping over your roller, when you're just boosting into someone, you're cutting into a hard stop. Like, there's always something to land on.
So fun, dude. How much you can do with everything you're doing.
There's nothing in the world that makes me happier than the first time I'm on the slopes for the year. Because it's like
refreshing.
Yeah, it's refreshing. Exactly. It's like you waited all year for it.
Yeah, and you like, for me at least, I don't focus all year that I'm not skiing. It's not like my intent.
Yeah.
So then when I get out skiing, it's like, dude, I didn't even realize how much I missed this, you know?
Even the things that you don't even really appreciate that much about skiing, but just like sitting on a chairlift. The first chairlift, you're riding up there, you're like, I'm about to rip.
It's nostalgia.
Yeah.
The chair hits you in the butt and you're like sitting down, gosh, that's fun. Yeah, dude.
Fucking love skiing. I was talking about in the stream earlier about how like I've skied in, it's 11 different states and 3 different provinces of Canada. That's where I've skied.
3 different provinces of Canada.
One in Quebec, one in Banff, and then one in I don't know what the province is, but like there's another one so it's like I went to the far right province, which is like the Quebec, and then there's the middle one, and then there's like one further to the west that I skied in.
Sounds pretty diverse.
Yeah, no, skiing definitely helped diversify me because I got to see so many different like ski towns and so many different like, you know, cultures when I went out there, because like
ski towns are nuts.
Yeah, they're always, the people in ski towns are the kindest people in the world.
Very welcoming.
Yeah, it's never like you're walking down the street and, you know, there's just like a weirdo sitting there. Like, you never see that. It's always like just people just enjoying being with whoever they're with in that little ski town.
Very touristy though. I would wonder, I guarantee there's a lot of people that live in the ski towns though. That would be really cool.
My friend Kara Brand, after the Aspen trip this year out with Miami, I went out to Park City with my family, and she lives in Park City, Utah, like in town, like Main Street. She has this little apartment, and it was so nice getting to like see hear the towny version of Park City. Like, you don't really I got to understand what it's like for a person living in Park City to feel about the city itself and the tourists that come there, and what it's like even in the summer, and like all the little things that happen there every year. It's like, it was so cool. And she took me to this this amazing bar called, I think it was called like, it was a saloon, and I got this amazing absinthe drink and like one other really nice drink. And then we went to a pizza shop. It was like,
that sounds exotic.
It was so cool because like if I was with just my parents out there, like we probably would have gone like maybe to 1 or 2 restaurants. Probably not directly in the ski town because they're usually really expensive when like you're in town or like on resort.
But you got the local hookup for real though.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
It was so awesome. I shattered her wine glass because we had some wine to replace, and I felt so bad, and I offered her to buy her a new one. She wouldn't let me, but yeah, Kara Brand, I would have bought you a new one.
He still will.
I will.
He'll Venmo you right now.
I said, what's your Venmo, right after I broke it, and she was like, don't worry about it, Rishi. And I was like, I'm so sorry. I feel shit.
Was it a nice glass?
No,
No,
it wasn't
okay.
that nice. I was,
Screw it. They don't need it.
and it was also a gift to her, so like she wasn't like that upset that it got broken. Like it was just like someone that gave her like a warming gift.
Yeah,
as,
not
like,
even
two wine
like
glass.
a fancy wine glass.
Mhm.
You know what the best move is with wine glasses? Go to Goodwill.
Mhm.
15 to 20 cents, maybe 50 cents, bro. Get yourself a nice wine glass with the gold rim on top.
They have those at Goodwill?
Not tripping. Bro,
What?
Dylan and I, back in the day.
Before we transition, I'm gonna swap out the camera battery.
Yeah, you
Alright,
good?
yeah, but continue.
So Dylan and I, back in the day, used to go to Changa skate park.
Yeah.
Unreal fun. And then we would go to Goodwill and we'd shop around. One time, I locked the keys in my dad's pickup, but the window was cracked. So I went to Goodwill and bought a golf club. And we bent it, and as I was messing with the golf club to try to unlock the door, Dylan got a stick and reached all the way across the door to the other door, or something like that, and he unlocked it while I was messing with the golf club I bought to try to get it. But
Oh my god.
it was hilarious though, because we used to always go in there and look for what we could get for cheap.
Dude, any like thrift store or something like that, there's always like that one just absolutely fire purchase in
We
there.
got that golf club for like $1.
What kind of what
It
was
was
it?
like a 9-iron. Bro, for real. $1.50 maybe. Enough to unlock a car with. I mean,
Enough to
I'll
unlock
pay
a car
for it.
with.
I'll pay for it.
Ryan, I watched the Me Sports speed run on Summoning Salt. Dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah,
There's
Me?
Sports Resort.
Wii
Golf.
Sports. Wii Sports
Oh, I thought you
Resort.
said
Yeah,
me.
I did say
You
Me
did.
Sports. God. But dude, it's so wild how like
I was watching Me Sports.
I wish like I was good at golfing, and I wish I was good enough at golfing to speed run Wii Sports Resort. Cause they got that they speed run the game so you can finish an entire game of 18 holes in like 10 minutes and 20 seconds.
No.
Like you don't understand like how hard that is until like you realize that they're pushing it down like second after. It's super random, but you said something about golf and you had me thinking about Wii
Did I?
Sports. Yeah,
I
the
mentioned
golf club.
Oh, the golf club. Okay, that's kind of golf. Okay.
Were you there?
Nick?
Something? Yes, sir. Let me hit it once, and then,
Yes, sir.
yeah, dude, but go to Goodwill,
Were you
get
at-
yourself a wine glass, and drink nicely.
Drink nicely from Goodwill wine glass with a gold rim. I'll consider it. I got that new schooler sweater. Yankee with no brim. Oh my gosh, dude. What was I gonna say? Shit.
So,
Well, if you don't remember, quick little thing. We passed 100 views on the Twitch channel.
yo, so we need to
Funny,
do
yeah.
something for that, right?
Cheers.
I'm out.
Ooh.
You got a whole bottle of tea.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. What's stopping
I
you?
didn't bring another chaser.
Who needs chaser?
Cheers, mate. Fuck yeah. I love it.
Whew.
That's dude. Still.
100 views.
4 streams, but like 100 views. I'm very happy with this. and
This
I'm
is
glad
our
people
third and a
stopped
half
by.
stream.
Uh-huh.
I'm very, very blessed to have 100 views at our
Yeah.
third and a half stream.
Also, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube. It's the same name, Omit Personal
Yep.
Bias. We also have an Instagram channel, which we're going to start releasing content on soon. It's the exact same name. And also, we're going to be starting a Discord channel and potentially like a Snapchat for like behind the scenes, kind of like in the life of OPB people. So make sure to follow all our different platforms.
And even if you go on to one of them, you could even give us suggestions and stuff you want to hear
big
us talk about. I mean, there's so much going on that I feel like is on people's minds
Fact.
that you could definitely give topics for us to talk about and stuff like that. I mean, we can create our own as long as we want to, but it would also be helpful to know what people want to hear.
Exactly. Like, yeah, I would love to have the viewers even just suggest, because earlier in our stream we did earlier today, we had someone suggest like 2 small little topics and we talked about them for a while, and it was great. Like, I felt like it was incredibly interactive and like they were good topics. So
Yeah.
Make sure to like reach out to us. Reach out to us on these platforms.
Do whatever. Go in the chat even and tell us what you want to even talk about. If you guys want to talk about something individually, I'm sure.
If you wanted to come on the show, and you want to reach out to us. If it's like viable for you to actually get here, like we're not gonna make any accommodations for people out of country or anything. Like no, we're not paying for you to get here. We're not paying for your gas. Sorry.
We don't even have a budget for ourselves.
Nah,
We barely have a budget.
Tito's myself.
But yeah, like if you wanna give us subjects or reach out and try and come on the show, feel free. Like just
right. Yeah,
as much interactions we
that's
get.
the whole point of what we're trying to do is kind of trying to create open discourse for people to conversate about things that may be hard to talk about or even just extremely biased or things that even just you feel like
Are
you need to
important,
talk
yeah.
about.
Mhm.
Just whatever floats the boat,
Exactly. We want to get as many different approaches and views as possible because that allows us to not disregard things when we're either trying to talk about an issue or solve a problem or something like that. So it's really important to have as many insights as possible.
Yes, sir. So with that being said,
That little promo, that little self shout out.
yeah.
Make sure to follow everything.
follow up. Hell
But
yeah.
Jesus,
So-
we're talking about fucking, dude. I keep
I
forgetting,
tossed your vape and I was way short.
Dude.
I thought we were good at tossing vapes,
Dude,
Ryan.
thought-
That was a
I'm
staple.
not used to jewel weight. I'm used to jewel weight. That's
Oh.
not regulation.
This is
Not
a little
regular.
heavy, huh?
A little hefty, got a little weight to
Yeah,
it.
dude. He wasn't ready.
Need about 10% more on my toss.
That's what she said. So
Wait, Joe, who's your favorite artist?
favorite artist? I would have to say I don't have a
Who are you vibing with most right now?
right now. The Baby's pretty good.
I agree.
Jack Harlow is very fire. YBN Corday is
Yes.
extremely good.
So talented. He's got bars.
Extremely talented. Other than that, I can't say there's too many people, and not saying that I obviously haven't experienced every music or every artist or whatever, but I don't think there's too much going on. I mean, there's probably some albums I missed or something, but I'd say that's right now. Jack
Those are your
Harlow's
top.
fire. I wish he'd drop something.
I don't think I've.
Yeah, he dropped an album like 3 months ago, so I don't expect it, but it'd be nice.
I don't think I've heard much Jack Harlow. What's like a song that I might know from him?
What's poppin'?
Okay, yeah. I know that
Easy.
song.
Other than that, I listen to a lot of Young Thug still. Future still.
Gucci.
So much Gucci.
Gucci Mane.
Make your brain hurt. Dolph. Young Dolph. So good. Sounds kind of mainstream, but it's also not. I feel like it's kind of like not people's mainstream. Like there's
No.
new people that are so mainstream compared to like
Yeah, like,
sticking with the OGs is not like mainstream, I guess. So
like when I think of mainstream, I think of Drake, Eilish. I'd think she's
Billie
pretty
Eilish is fire though.
Yeah, I liked her music for a very short period of time, and then I got bored of it. It's not something that I could have listened to over and over and over again. I never really enjoyed re-listening or.
I feel like
listening
she
to
has so
songs
many
once.
different types of songs though.
Oh, totally. Like
So like, I just what I'm gonna say about I feel like she's got really good like I guess flows, and the ways her song sounds are like the sound of
she
the
always
song,
has
like,
really good
from top to
musical
bottom
stuff.
feels like that's one thing with me with music. I like to listen to a song and feel like it's a piece throughout the entire even albums. I want to listen to the first song and then the second song and the third song and the fourth song.
Because
And I
most
feel
albums
like,
have those stories involved with them. Like,
Yeah.
each song has their theme, but it plays into the entire album. Yeah.
they kind of have to,
Yeah.
in my opinion, for it to be a solid like work of art. I mean,
'Cause that's what it is.
there's so many people, and I don't want to say they don't, but like Future, does he really have? I don't think he has a playbook of his entire album. I mean, it's good. They're all kind of similar, but it kind of just seems like they're thrown in. You know, not like, oh, this one's got to be third and this one's got to be eighth and this one. You know,
they could just mash them in there.
Yeah.
And it really.
I mean, they kind of have a order, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's a big thing with me in music. I like complete works and albums that like speak for themselves, to where you could play it top from bottom and someone would be like, yeah, that's good. You know, it's a work of music, not
It's a
just
collection.
hype.
It's not just individual songs.
Yeah.
I agree. Please.
So what do you listen to that's not rap? What do you listen to that's like you said in the spring, summer, fall? Spring, summer, fall.
I recently found an artist that I never was shown before. His name, I don't know how it's pronounced, but it's C-U-C-O, could be Cuco, I don't know exactly.
Cuco.
But he's got like, a lot of his music is kind of like, it's not like love songs, but it's like, it's usually talking about like girls or relationships or like stuff like that. And like, it's really, like, I really enjoy like the beats of it. And it's really lighthearted and really like, vibey. Like, I know that that's a dumb word, but like when you think about how a song makes you feel, like if a song is vibey, like, you know, you can just kind of like sway around to it and really like, you know, get into the feel of it. But I really like this Cuco.
C-U-C-O?
Yeah, I just found him recently. I don't know what his like.
Yeah.
To think of
You don't know his genre, or do you? Was that what you're trying to find?
I think he's like, I was gonna look up to see like what his most popular song is, because it might be "Don't Be Falling" or "Don't Let Me Fall in Love." No, it's Lo Que Siento.
Yeah. Lo Que Siento.
Oh, Bossa.
And then
Bossa
Hydra
No Se.
Condone.
Hydra. Yeah. I really like Bossa No Se. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it
Yeah,
right.
Bossa No Se. Yeah.
Don't Make Me Fall in Love, or Summertime High. Like,
Where's Don't Make Me Fall in Love?
it's number 4 on Spotify. They're just like really, really awesome, summery, vibey music. Like I was saying earlier, it's like beachy music.
Okay.
When I'm like sitting outside in the lawn chair, sitting in a
So
bonfire.
this is your beachy music.
Yeah, yeah. I've really been liking him recently. Also, just a lot of like, kind of like, more, like, oh my god, I can't think of the word.
Like low key or
like low key.
like not underground, because we have the internet now, but like what you could be considered underground.
Like
in the day of
alternative,
the
like
internet.
alternative
Okay.
enough to where
I
like,
thought you were talking like not popular, but you're
I
saying,
don't know if it's popular.
You're
at
saying
all.
genre wise, okay.
Yeah, but I
That's
really,
hot. I mean, I grew up listening to Green Day, and I'm gonna be honest.
Linkin Park.
Hey, chat. What do you think about Nickelback?
Oh my! Do you like Nickelback?
I used to. I mean, they got some good songs.
I definitely think they have a couple songs.
They
that
all
are
sound
alright.
the same. I'm not gonna lie. Every single song they made sounds the exact same.
But what's the rock band that's just like that? Is it Led Zeppelin? That all their songs sound the same.
I guess.
I think it's Led Zeppelin.
don't know.
Or Metallica. One of the two of them. Like,
From a person that doesn't listen to a lot of rock, AC/DC.
Oh yeah,
they all sound the
Yeah,
same.
AC/DC
Every
is
single one. I mean, I hate to say it, but even to the point where Pink Floyd all sounds tripped out and bells going off in the background.
Random fucking sounds.
It reminds me of like Squidward and the going blowing the conch shell and stuff like it. Bro.
And then just like the random dudes yelling at children in their songs.
It's like, dude, what is going on? It's,
the first time I was like mature enough to like, you know, like listen, like think about Pink Floyd. I remember Dylan Husick showed me. Like, the first time I realized I was, like, listening to Pink Floyd for what it was, like, that trippy music, he showed me the one that's, like, lots of animals in the forest, but it's, like, all those just, like, weird sounds.
It's just sounds. The entire time, it's, like...
He showed that to me at Garrett's house. You know, you probably know what it was. It was when we hung out with Husick, and we were really gooning, and, like, you can understand what was going down at Garrett's, and it was one of my first time like realizing I was listening to Pink Floyd, and that song was playing, and I remember I was like just
With
out
Dylan there?
Yeah, he was just sitting there in the room with me, just
I
like letting
love
me
it.
listen to it, and I was like,
I love it.
I was just my socks blown,
I can,
knocked off.
I can tell the vibe just from how you're talking, bro.
Yeah.
It's hilarious because Dylan and Pink Floyd just
They-
he almost sits there like geeking at you while you're listening to it, like waiting for you to be like, what the fuck is going on? He's
That's
like,
exactly how I loved that. That was wild. I just remember being way too tripped out about a song that was literally just sounds.
dude, man, that would be crazy. Tripped out.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I really enjoyed chilling back in the day when we were in high school with all the boys.
Yeah, it was. I
Such
miss
a good time, bro.
LA1 was amazing at its prime. Leaf
LA1 was
Association
really
won.
fun at its prime.
Mhm.
I mean, that was a media machine.
Yeah,
If-
we were cranking out some funny
If
content.
we weren't like little kids, and if we didn't have like little kid beef,
If we had LA1 in today's day and age with TikTok and we would have been famous probably. Like
don't
no
even
cap.
talk to me.
I
Don't
think
even
we
talk
would.
to me about that,
Dude,
bro.
we would.
If for everyone that's out here, I don't want to shout out. I gotta do a little research, but if we can figure out how we could link some of the shit, because I bet it's still on YouTube.
Oh,
Crazy as shit.
like we had we had some pretty nutty clips.
Yeah, I think you could look up Leaf Association
No, he
1.
changed. I think it's just Jonathan Apicella now.
Yeah, that's a hard name drop, but that's cool.
Okay, wait.
Is that cool, John? I mean,
It's just. I don't think he'd be upset because.
no, because we're pushing people to his YouTube.
Oh, he's got the Jonathan Okay, so it's. Oh God, Apicella is spelled.
Appicella.
There's not actually a second P. It's
Oh,
Apicella, and he has a second channel that's the Leaf Clips, and oh yes.
He has it all still there?
Yep, he has the Leaf Association 1 promotion video.
You're kidding.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, so for everyone that's here, Leaf Association 1 was very stupid.
Yeah.
It was, okay, so we all chilled back in the day, and our friend John had a camera, and one day we were piling leaves, and we were like we were sledding in the grass into the leaves, and for some reason,
We whipped out the camera.
I think it was like me, Chad, and John, one of the three. We were just walking around saying like, we should go pick up leaves and we'll call ourselves Leaves Association 1. It was like the stupidest thing. And so we made a YouTube called Leaf Association 1, and our first video was like leaf skiing.
Yep.
And we would go and put snowblades on, which are like really short skis, and we would go hike into the
Should I
woods.
go look for my shirt upstairs?
We made shirts.
Yeah.
John made shirts.
Fire.
I mean, bless the man. The man, to be honest, put up with a good amount.
Yeah, there was
Same.
a lot of bullshit.
A lot of weird drama going on, and if you ever see this, John, what up? Hit me up. I'm trying to chill sometime. But bro, I don't know. It was a really fun time where we made a lot of ski edits and really dope videos.
Yeah, and we literally just had as much fun as possible with the things that we loved.
Yeah.
We always had our summer edits, which would be like us leaf skiing,
Right.
biking into lakes. Like the last day of school, junior year, I remember we all went to John's neighborhood, and then we made the whole run up and the jump into that cesspool right outside that person's
You know what I
house.
liked about it though is it was never about we don't have this to do this, we don't have that to do that.
We made it happen.
It was all about what we had there and what we could do with it.
Mario karting was another one.
Oh, so we had what we
Lounge
called
food.
race day. You could probably find this on YouTube on mention said channel. But race day we all had longboards, and so what we did was we all devised our own way to get down a hill. It was a neighborhood, and we went to the top in the cul-de-sac, and we had like John, for example, had a longboard.
Would
He
he
had
have
the
a bucket
chair.
at first?
No,
or
I
the
thought he
chair?
had the reclining chair.
He had the reclining
He had a
chair.
chair that reclined, and he taped it to a longboard, and he was sitting on the thing going down a hill in the middle of the road. We're going like, I think we timed it on our phones. We were going like 35 down the hill.
Absurd.
That might have been when we were luging, street luging,
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
for a long period after that, this was stupid as hell.
We started making a bunch of random ways.
We started. Well, okay, so we
There was
had
a ladder.
We had race day, and it was stuff like that, like two longboards and a ladder, and then people would sit on it and toboggan.
There was like
and
a tricycle at one point. There was someone just sitting on a bucket.
a lot of buckets on chairs. And on race day, we were throwing stuff at each other, and we were trying to wreck each other. But eventually, it turned into a more serious thing where,
Yeah.
like, all the kids that longboarded out of the group were like, okay, we're going to start laying down on our longboards and going as fast as possible
Yes.
down this hill. It was just this determination to go as stupidly fast as we could. So we would all go and lay down on our longboards and just lay completely back and barely put our head up and fly down this hill. Bro. It was crazy. It was stupid because cars probably wouldn't have noticed us too
Dude,
quick.
we
Like,
didn't have a spotter. We didn't have any safety
No,
precautions.
no.
We had helmets sometimes.
intersections on the way. It's like,
Uh-huh.
ooh, blow by.
It was not at all planned in such
No.
a fashion we were worrying about our safety. We just sent it. Literally, we were sending it before sending it was like a thing.
Our safety was our feet rubbing on the ground to hopefully slow us
Slamming
down.
your feet down and just hoping that your shoes wouldn't burn
Dude,
through.
and-
I remember John would always come off. He
All
would
the time.
ruin his
He
shoes.
would ruin shoes
'cause
back
he would
to back to
smack-
back, bro. Because he had a lot of weight in that chair too, bro.
Yeah.
And he had a nice longboard. It was like a drop through board with a
And
big
he had,
chair on it. He's sitting up.
and he was hauling.
And so you gotta stop. I mean, the
That's how
neighborhood-
Leaf Association 1 started, kind of, right? Was it like that's kind of how it drew?
The luging really took it off. Like,
Mm-hmm.
we started doing stupid stuff, and then after we started race day, and then John, like, took that as a media event almost.
Yeah.
Within himself,
And he
which was impressive. I mean, John did a really good job at,
We brought a lot of people together for it.
dude, there were like 15 people maybe.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, everyone we knew at school was like, come to race day, bro. We're gonna have a
Mario
race
Kart
day. It's gonna be dope. So, but he did a really good job. Like, I guess you would call it broadcasting and all. And I don't know. That was But after we started street luging getting pretty intense,
Yeah.
I think that was what really kicked off LA1.
Yeah.
And then we kept the intensity at a
All the way until
top notch.
like senior year when like the split in our friend group happened from some crazy drama that we never are going into because it's just absurd. But geez, it was Leaf Association 1 provided me an amazing high school experience with a group of people that like I really loved being around.
Value now.
Yeah, exactly. Like I wish I was still in touch with some of them because like there was a falling apart between our friend group, but like
Pretty good, yeah. Or not good.
Yeah.
But a pretty substantial
Yeah.
falling out.
But I really appreciate it because all of us literally were there to have as much fun as possible and no one ever was told no. It was never this idea is stupid.
Right.
It was always like how can we make that happen? I mean like yeah, like we did
There
probably
we had some stupid ideas that we didn't do. Let's just preference that.
yeah.
But everything that we thought we could make happen, we definitely did.
Yeah.
We made things happen that who would ride down a neighborhood and jump into that? It's
Disgusting pond.
This pond was so unnaturally colored
Mm-hmm.
that you'd probably come out blue.
Is that Slim Boy? No
Slimmer
fucking
than Shady.
way. Who is that?
That's Roland.
Is that Roland or is that
Roland, are you for real
Roland.
here? I ain't falling out with you, bro. Where are you at?
Roland?
No,
You
hit me up
weren't
in
you
the chat.
supposed to
Is
go-
that
you-
Ronald?
did you
Ronald.
fucking- did
Ronald?
you-
No,
Who is
Ronald.
this?
Ronald. Slimmer than Shady is Roland's.
Oh my God,
Bro,
Roland!
bro.
Thanks for coming to the stream.
Thank you,
I'm
Roland.
glad you pulled up.
I haven't seen you in so long.
You should reach out.
I didn't have a falling out with you. I still like you. Don't fucking play.
I never had a falling out with Roland. I just never hung out with him.
Yeah, no, dude. I really like Roland.
You were gonna sub.
Dude, I was gonna.
We don't have affiliate yet.
Not yet.
Oh,
we're getting there. We're getting there. Once we get, what is it, 50?
Here, I can tell you for sure.
Yeah, but
Bro, I can't.
dude, Roland, wait. When did
For
you?
real?
Did you? How long have you been listening? Cause this fallout was nuts, dude.
Bro, you know what we're talking about then, bro. That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
That's great. I'm a big fan.
I'm
of
so
that.
happy you're here, bro.
Pull up sometime.
KJ, I don't know what happened, KJ. Basically, we had a lot of friends that disagreed with each other. Some were more extreme than others. Some were. It didn't work. We had I want to say like a large group of friends that did a lot of kind of extreme stuff. And from my perspective, half the people were down with it and half the people weren't. Like, and that's not even in a bad way, and it's almost in a situational thing, like to where one day a couple people would have this weird beef. It was so stupid.
Yeah, like basically it was a bunch of stupidity. Some dumb stuff happened.
We were all very immature, and we were getting arguments over we didn't detail anything, but that's nuts.
Yeah, but dude, Roland, I wish you would have came to that bonfire that Nathan was supposed to have, because that would have been chill. I haven't seen you in a while.
Nathan.
Styles, yeah.
When?
I'm
gonna
2 days ago. 2 days ago, yeah.
Nate.
We were coming back from Marblehead, and he had a couple people he'd already hit up. So.
No, I feel it. But yeah, Roland, you should definitely hit us both up, because we probably try and catch up.
Yeah,
but
it's been a minute.
For real,
You weren't what? That son of a bitch, Nathan. You lied to me. Hold up, I gotta get another drink.
go. You gotta get another drink.
Me bring Coke.
Yeah, dude. It's so funny. Oh no, dude, Roland. I would invite you if you hit me up sometime, bro. I invite you everywhere, bro. We could be buddies, huh?
I just saw your story where you
We could be
posted
buddies, huh?
with your new Beamer, bro.
He said, "Never mind, I was." He was just fucking around.
Ah.
That's Nate's fault. We should.
All right,
I'll go after Nate.
Sorry to cut you off, Roland, but I wanna wrap up a little bit more about LA1 before we continue this, just because we only described the beginning of it. So it was that luging or street luging and Mario Karting that we called it, and then we took that over into the wintertime where all of us were skiing
Aggressively. Yeah.
and we put together edits for like Brandywine, Boston Mills, and then we had like 2 different Holiday Valley edits where like a group of friends went out to Holiday Valley and just shredded out there. And
Yeah, that was like the trip. The LA1 trip. Slim Boy would he would also graciously host a Holiday Valley trip, and
Deer Creek.
the stuff that went on. I mean, yeah.
We would just, the Apostellas treated us like we were their children. They would just feed us calzone after calzone after calzone.
Them
and
good
just-
Italian ones
we
too,
were
huh?
eating good, and we always were staying like relatively nice places. Were you there the year when we built the ramp off the deck?
Yeah, and we tried to hit they had these concrete barriers for the downstairs rooms, and I was riding on the wall of it.
Yep.
Yeah, and then we played like Juggernaut. Or
Yeah.
Mr. President.
Mr. President! Yes, dude.
Oh, that's a fun game. Explain that one, Richie.
So, Mr. President was a game. I don't know. I'm pretty sure we didn't. I think Joey Gilroy introduced me to it.
I don't know who, but
I think CJ brought it up when we were together.
Right.
But like, basically, all you do is you just like put your hand up to your ear like you're a Secret Service agent, like getting some message, and then the last
Bluetooth, you know.
Yeah, the last person to put their hand up to their ear was the president, and then everyone would just fucking tackle this shit out of him.
Yeah.
Oh my, that was a funny game.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, LA1 was just amazing.
A lot of good times.
I loved all the stuff we did. It was crazy just skiing with everyone in such a fashion where it's just like we were just fooling around.
Bowling.
We had all of our friends that we made through skiing, and we had our friends that we made through skating, and we had our friends that we made through like film, like with John.
A lot of them are so interconnected. It was really cool because I mean, a lot of the skateboarders are snowboarders, and a lot of the skiers, like Dylan and I scootered. That was so fun. We would go to Changa and scooter for hours. We would go there for 8 hours and just be animals when we came out of that thing, bro. We would be black and like BMX tire and like mess up. That was so fun. But LA1 was really like the spawn of our friend group, I guess, making a media. And so like once we all had our own kind of like platform, and then John would push it. So like pretty much everyone in our friend group has their own content on there.
Yeah.
And
everyone who wanted to have their edits.
And their like group content. We have so much group content too. It's sick. Yeah, John really works a lot for that.
Yeah, he put a lot of work into it, and I mean, I don't think we appreciated it as much at the time because like we always expected a lot, and like we had really high expectations because like he did put really good stuff out there.
He did.
So when he put something out there that was like not up to our standards, or like we didn't think it was like funny enough, but it might have been amazing cinematography and like all that stuff.
Yeah, because I feel like that also contributed to the fallout that we were talking about earlier. So it's like, oh, Roland lost his LA1 shirt. We could probably find one.
I don't know where
John had half a box of them for the longest time.
Yeah.
He might have a couple, but I think that contributed to the falling out as well because there was like certain aspects where like, so I listen to rap more, so I wanted a harder edit that was more aggressive in this, and then so there were just like so many different clashes of styles and styles of comedy, and everyone was just different. There was just too much immaturity to determine that we were all different and accept it.
Yeah, it was like when we had, remember when Ryan did the Bowel Movement Bandit
Oh
segment?
my gosh, that was so dope.
Yeah.
Dude, can you Google that? No, that's probably another person.
Yeah, that's definitely another person. That's an actual person.
There's probably a person that poops on cars called the Bowel Movement Bandit. But our friend Ryan would put this mask on. They're called tubies, and they're for skiing, and you put them like over your neck, and they come up. It's just a tube, and he cut holes out of it, and he pulled it up over his eyes, and he would ride down the hill and just do the stupidest. Ryan, I love you, but dude, this kid does not understand being careful. He doesn't. He'll be like, hit a jump a couple times, be like, dude, I'm gonna send a back three. He'll go as fast as he can, send the back three 20 feet deep to flat and smack and be like, oh shit.
Should have done
like,
that, then he's done for the day.
I love you, bro, but like, come on, Ryan, take it careful, my man. But he would always do the craziest stuff with that mask on. And John made an edit of it, and it was sick.
That's one thing that I really loved about skiing with you guys is you never knew when one of the crew was just gonna absolutely throw the fuck
just
down.
On a random day.
Yeah, just be like, I'm just gonna fucking throw a couple like backies or like anything that like you wouldn't see regularly at our tiny little home resort. What's the height?
Right, it's Brandywine, I believe it's about 250 vertical feet.
Yeah, 250 vertical feet. I think that's enough said.
Yeah, I mean, I can get you a more
correct
answer, but it's around there. I think they have maybe 12 hills.
Yeah, at each resort, probably around 10,
I'm
12.
saying 12 hills total.
Really?
Maybe 15.
All right, so we got the park, we got Grizzly, we got
You're gonna
that
count
one in
them?
the middle, and then you got
264 vertical feet. Okay, so we're not playing with much here.
Yeah, we were close enough.
You got 88 acres of skiable area. You got, I mean, shoot, that's all you need to know. They got 18 trails and 16 lifts.
But the thing
One
is,
of them's a conveyor.
we made such a small resort into this like just
Playground.
wonderful place where all of us could just go and have the time of our lives. It was
Yeah.
LA1 was so
Be
great.
the world, bro.
LA1 was amazing.
Yeah.
I miss it.
LA1 was so fun.
Did we ever have like a logo or a saying or anything like that?
Always flipping, never tripping.
Always flipping, never tripping. Yes.
Always flipping, never
tripping.
Bro.
Remember, always tripping.
Yeah.
Or always flipping, sometimes tripping.
Yeah, that was dope though. That was probably one of the most fun parts of my life I've ever had.
I agree. I felt incredibly fulfilled with what I was
So
doing
fulfilled.
at that period of time.
Yeah.
My purpose was to be a part of that squad.
Yeah.
Like,
LA1.
yeah.
Skiing up.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then like just being at school, like everyone knew us
Because we did stupid
stuff
stuff
all the time.
Yeah,
We'd be
dude.
in the halls and just blocking it entirely, doing something stupid. Remember we'd
Yeah.
always post it by
Dude,
Chads?
like pushing each other into lockers and like actually like abusing each other and then laughing and being
Yup.
like, that's funny as hell.
Dude, I miss those days.
Yeah, dude. High school's good time.
It was a good time. I
Very.
enjoyed my high school experience.
Yeah, so what the heck does that say?
Where are the other two boys? Oh, Rye guy. He's
I'm
still
back
here. He was an animal last night. He made the bright decision to stay up all night again, as he does on what is it? What would you say, like a 3-day-a-week basis? You try and stay up all night.
No, 3 days a week.
That's what it seems like.
No, dude.
Really?
How long do you stay up all? Or how many days a week do you think you stay up all night?
I'm gonna
One.
come over just
Yeah, pull up.
so I'm in range of the mic. But I mean, I would say it's a bi-weekly, maybe every 3
Bi-weekly?
weeks kind of thing.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
I mean, for the most part, I've been good about it recently.
What about last
so-
week though?
yeah,
just
I'm
not
pretty
even.
sure.
What about last
I'm
week?
pretty
and
sure
what about
last
this
week it happened, and
No, it didn't.
No?
Did it?
really?
No, that was like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Okay, bi-weekly. You're smart.
Yeah, but
Oh my gosh, dude. I can't handle being with a smart dude all day.
Yeah, Blake, I'm not sure what he was doing.
Yeah, I don't
tonight,
think
but
Blake's going to make it tonight. It's already 10:45.
Yeah, and we just decided to, come out here and just do it with the three of us.
Heck yeah.
And we had I had my stream
Yeah,
earlier
3 or
with
4.
Ryan, and I decided let's get one with Joe tonight.
Heck yeah.
That's where the other two boys are. KJ, were you here on the stream when we did 4 people? Like, I'd assume you were,
Yeah.
but like, I didn't see you chat.
KJ followed today, so I don't know if that.
Other
means
two boys,
they
where's
weren't
the other
there,
two?
but-
Where are your boys at, KJ? I'm playing. Yeah, thank you for watching and hit that subscribe.
Yeah.
So,
Follow us.
Yeah.
Man.
So,
Plug those other socials.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Our Snapchat, Omit Personal Bias. Our Instagram, Omit Personal Bias, and our YouTube, OPB, Omit Personal Bias.
Links down below.
mhm.
Down below, read about us.
Yes.
But yeah. Wait,
Okay, so,
man. I didn't
You wanna get-
expect to talk about LA1 at all, but I'm so glad we did, dude.
I didn't either.
It's like every time I think about LA1, it's just this like nostalgia trip for me.
dude, for
Because
real.
it just makes me so I still to this day probably like 3 or 4 times a year go back and watch a bunch of the edits
Yeah?
just because there's clips in each of them that are like
Dude.
I had to lick my good friend Garrett's nub. His toes got chopped off when he was younger, and I had to lick his nub on camera. It was hilarious. It was called, if you ever want to see me lick my friend's nub, let me find this.
Yeah. Let's
I'm gonna find the video name because our video names were never like your normal like
No.
yo 2018 ski edit. We had some of those. The other ones we had, it was like the bowel movement bandit. We
Yeah.
had oh god. I'm pulling it
I
up right
can't
now.
even begin to tell you how dope all this stuff was. I mean, what was that one called? That one was called, oh my gosh, I completely forgot about this, but this kind of goes into Leaf Association 1 now that we're talking about it.
Mhm.
There's an edit on there from me and John when we went to Akron U diving school.
Oh yeah, I remember that one.
I don't think I've ever watched it.
Really?
That's probably cool.
But oh, okay. If you do want to go out there and look at some of the clips, these are really easy to find, and these are some of our good ones. Green Grass and High Tides, the movie, super dope.
Yes.
One of the newer ones that we did was...
What was the last one?
The last one, Stupid Falls and Smelly Balls.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that was a good one. We also had one called Swimming Toes. But one of the earlier ones, the one where I licked my good friend Garrett's nub, that was... Oh no, where is it? Oh no, it better be here.
It's gotta be on there. It was called something freaky.
Pennsylvania, the beginning, Chad Nicholson edit.
That was a good while ago, was it not?
Yeah, no, that was a while. That was like... Oh, Aitani. That wasn't the one, but that was... I loved that one. Just because when we released it, we could not stop saying Aitani.
Dude, for real.
I'm going to see if it's on his other page.
Yeah, dude, I'm looking at the page and it looks kind of skimmed through.
Uh-huh.
You agree?
Yeah, there's some of the videos that aren't up there anymore.
Yeah, that's kind of sad.
Was it the Holiday Valley 2012? I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hold up.
Are you looking at the one with the leaf?
I looked at that one at first, but I'm going to go back to the Jonathan Epicella one because I'm not sure if we said it was like the Holiday Valley edit. Hold up.
This also looks like the old LA1 page.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Yeah, if you scroll both John Apicella pages, if you scroll to the I mean, he's got some decent stuff up here. How many months? But so he's even got edits back up to a year ago about.
Mm-hmm.
But you can find stuff from like 2 years ago pretty much is when it, I would say, died.
Uh-huh. We stopped producing anything.
Yeah, like 2 years ago, but then really before that, 2 and 4 years ago is where all the bangers are. A bunch of trampoline edits. Do you ever go to the Corey, Richie?
Yeah, I went to the Corey a couple times.
You're a Corey rat?
No, I wasn't a Corey rat because I never had the balls to like yuck crazy stuff.
What is that?
Okay, so the Corey was a big rock quarry in the ground, I guess.
I gotta fucking piss so bad.
What do you call it, Richie? We're in the same boat.
Oh, it's just a Corey. Oh, I'm gonna fucking
You're
piss.
good.
I'm
So
sorry.
I'll explain the Corey. You're good. But the Corey is this big rock quarry, and there's high board, medium board, and a low board, and they're all really bouncy. So you can do, you could do doubles off the low board, and so our friends would do like triples, and our friends would do crazy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And the Corey was an extremely fun time. But the Corey led to like me and my friend Chad and John. We went to Akron U, and we had a decent diving coach.
Yeah.
And we went to like 6 months of diving training.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fun though. It was
That's
so fun.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I always wish I could dive well.
The stuff that I just learned the basics obviously, but it's really fun to be able to like do the backwards and dive that way.
Yeah.
And it's so weird.
Yeah, my mom was a diver in high school, so whenever
That's
we're at the
sick.
pool or stuff, she's like trying to teach my younger siblings how to dive. Like
Right.
I know my basic dives and all of that. But
Yeah.
I wish I could do like the flips and shit. That stuff's so cool.
It is fun, dude.
You can have your seat back.
Well, you can steal mine while I go
take a
somewhere.
whiz?
Yeah. Take a whiz, Khalifa.
So wait, just a random little interjection. KJ, did you see us shotgun beers last time? Because that was pretty absurd and hilarious. And do you think we should have like a dono thing where like if you donate a certain amount of money, you should have to drink? Because I think that'd be a really funny thing to have. Like maybe like I was when I thought about it, I was like on Saturday nights if we have like Saturdays are for boys, like you have a Saturday are for boys like podcast. Just that's the night we drink.
That'd be fun.
But oh god.
Well, see, with that, we could get into like longer, like 12. I want to do a 12-hour stream.
12-hour
Since I started streaming 3-4 years ago, like just streaming random games I would play or whatever. My goal has always been to do a 12-hour stream and a 24-hour stream. And I feel like I'm committed enough. As long as I have the time, would be a piece of cake.
Yeah, no, I feel like especially if it was like, I've always wanted to do like a day in the life of, like when we was back in LA, when I was in LA1.
Yeah.
Like, I really like that idea where it's like you follow along with our daily routine.
Yeah,
So if we had like a 12-hour
vlog
stream.
almost.
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah.
yeah. So like I think
Oh my god. Bringing the ripstick.
pulling up on the ripstick. Real talk, I gotta flex on the people
Oh
real
my
talk.
god. Oh, someone clipped that. That's quality right there.
You've never seen a ripstick,
Clip
so
it. Oh my god.
That's pretty good.
Oh. I mean, if you want, we can turn the camera around. You can do something dirty for the people on the stick.
Dude, okay, so I have a dirty story.
Yeah.
My friend Kyle, you're chilling if you want. But my friend Kyle, you know Kyle.
Yeah. KT?
KT. We were in his neighborhood one day, and I had a Razor scooter, right? And he goes, dude, there's this cool hill up the street. Let's go bomb it. And bro, so we go up this cul-de-sac. It's a huge hill. This is like a bigger than the football field of downhill.
I don't think I've been to Kyle's development. Where does he live again? Or not development. Where does he live again? Like if I might know it.
Like LeBron James.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Kinda, not really, but kinda. And so like,
You just continue the
I
story.
don't think you would know,
Yeah.
but
Bomb this hill.
It's dude. Okay, so we leave his neighborhood, go around, go up this hill, go to the top of the cul-de-sac, and this dude's got a ripstick. He's like, I'm gonna bomb it on this ripstick.
Oh my god.
He just pointed it straight and sent it. I was on a scooter and I was shaking and I was about to fall.
Through, yeah.
I was about to break this Razor scooter bombing a hill, and my dude's Kyle is standing like a statue on this damn ripstick bombing a hill like longboard. I was like, dude, I've never seen that in my life.
Did he bomb it successfully?
Hard. He bombed it hard, bro.
I feel like it would kind of, I don't think it would be like easier to do it, but I feel like you can't get the wobbles on a
ripstick?
Yeah, because you're only
Who would want to go?
that fast on a ripstick. Yeah, no, I've only
Could you imagine if you started going sideways? What would happen? What would happen?
just whoop,
You'd still be rolling.
Uh-huh.
You would be like, I can't stop.
Oh my god,
Dude, that never triggered in my brain.
did he only do it once?
I guarantee, Kyle, he's done it multiple times.
Kyle would be fun to have on.
Dude, Kyle's fun, yeah.
I haven't hung out with Kyle since Tommy T.
Yeah,
Since Tommy T days.
Tommy's a good kid.
Mm-hmm.
I hopped on Xbox. They were on the other day. I was playing with him for a little bit, but I haven't seen him in a while.
Joe eats it. Cliff bites Ryan. I love it.
Bruh.
Wait, hold
I
up.
was trying
let me look at this clip.
I was trying to go into the fucking the frame.
Talking about a 12-hour stream, and then both of us get quiet. That is a geek. Oh, okay. Oh, that is hilarious.
I'm watching it, so that's so funny though.
I only went considerably fast on my ripstick like once, and it was at
I would never.
Nemacolin, Pennsylvania, and I hopped off my board, tried to run it out, and ate shit.
You went fast on a ripstick.
Yeah, not fun. Not fun.
Well,
Bad
in
time.
Pennsylvania,
I was just at a resort
Was
with
it
my
a hill?
parents. Yeah, there was a hill.
and you went down and on a ripstick.
Yeah.
And you thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. I quickly
Wow,
learned that
I'm
was
impressed.
not a good idea.
I'm actually impressed.
I didn't like fall because
I mean, you're way more confident on a ripstick than me.
I love that thing. Random story. I learned how to ripstick from a foreign exchange student from Luxembourg. His name was David Hansen. David Hansen. Remember him?
David Hansen.
His lip was a little funky because he fell and like cut it when he was younger. He had like a very could tell he was foreign. Yeah. He was like good friends with Zan Van Fossen, Andrew Kosic, me. He was only here through like middle school.
I
was,
can't
like, 8th
remember
grade,
the name
9th grade.
Hansen, no. I do remember it, but I can't remember a face.
Yeah, but he
Continue, though.
he brought over this thing called a wave board from Luxembourg, which is pretty much the exact thing as a ripstick, but it wasn't branded as a ripstick. And we always used to just like, chill in this basement and shoot around airsoft guns, and he taught me how to ripstick. And I remember once my parents bought me a ripstick for Christmas that year, I like taught myself how to do like wheelies, nollies. I taught myself how to like
On a ripstick.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Not nollies.
Let's see it.
Nose manies. Yeah, dude.
You can go around on one wheel on a ripstick.
Yeah.
Put your money where your mouth
Oh
is.
my god.
I want to see
Turn
your.
on these lights. We're turning the camera.
Okay, yeah, this is gonna happen, stream.
Jesus.
We're ripsticking. Richie's
I'm about to get fucking. One of
Wow.
I used to be able to if you look at the cracks, I used to be able to wheelie between that first crack to the second one. Like when I practiced.
With your back foot,
yeah.
like front up.
Hold it out like Manny the whole way.
See, I feel very untalented at ripsticking, but I feel like that could be a possibility if I practice.
Yeah, it literally just comes down to practicing it.
Yeah, you
Because
gotta
it's
be
really hard to
determined.
balance on that back wheel without throwing your weight either way, because you have that pivot, that second pivot.
So it like slides out.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah. Huh. That was fun though.
I got high up. It just got way under me.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Anytime you try and do the wheelies,
Yeah.
it's so easy to kick it out with that back foot.
Yeah, I got the nose manning for a second, then it just ran out. That's hard, but I feel like there's probably like a ball that you like if you stand in the center, it probably feels pretty solid, right? If you get it right.
Like wheeling it?
Like if your weight is in the correct place, then the ball can't, or the spinning.
Yeah.
So if your weight is in the right place, it's probably pretty natural too.
Mm-hmm. But it's really hard to keep yourself from throwing your weight in either direction. Because the second you throw it in either way, it's just that wheel's gonna go from like fucking being like this to just sideways and.
So, I guess the true question is, if you could be any professional
Athlete?
athlete, would you be a rip? No?
No, I would be a skier,
Skier.
dude. Professional skier, and it would be.
What type
Slope
of
style.
skiing? Slope style?
Yeah.
You would do slope style?
Yeah.
So like all around, pretty
Yeah.
much.
Mm-hmm.
That's really cool. I also
Backcountry
think-
neat.
that's the most painful thing you could do to your body.
Yeah, because you're sending what, like 50-foot kickers on the reg?
First slope style competitions professionally,
How big are they?
I'd say anywhere from 50 to 80.
Jesus.
And then for a big jump, it's anywhere from 90 up. So like, yeah, they're big.
They're big jumps.
They're big, yeah.
But the reason I would want
But
to
I
do
mean,
slope style-
a 50's big.
Yeah, but it's not like
I've
huge.
hit 50s, so like a actual like big jump, like those X Games jumps. I think the decks are at some points pretty like close to 100 around
Mhm.
there
Yeah, like the big
for
airs.
the money booter ones. I think I'm interested in that because I think the money
Nice map
booters.
this. I'll check her, make sure.
Yeah,
Oof.
yeah, but there's some big jumps. You're sending it.
Yeah, how you were saying like upwards of not like 90 and above, you think?
Yeah, I'd say.
I also think X Game measures jump size differently compared to what like we know as how big a jump is, you know?
I'm
Or do
pretty
they- is it
sure it's
standard?
all knuckle to lip. It's from the lip of the jump to the landing. And so if you go farther than that, but they're big jumps. Enough to hurt yourself.
Yeah. I remember like when I was younger, I was in
Okay,
a-
so
Go ahead,
okay, yeah. The big air jump is okay, they're saying a super pipe is what the hell? The distance okay, so the jumps are on average from 70. Okay, so the jump will be, if a jump is 80 feet, the athlete will travel around 80 to 90 feet. They're saying. So 70 feet is pretty average size
For a slope style.
competition jump,
Mhm.
I would say. So you're sending at 80, 90, and then I would say big. It depends because sometimes they have like even bigger lifts
Fact.
on smaller jumps too. So
But the reason I would choose slopestyle skiing as my professional,
yes, I want
my
to hear
best
that.
professional sport, is because I've had so many dreams where I've
Doing
been
dope stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
like stuff that's just not even physically possible,
Mm-hmm.
like a butter 7 to a front to back.
Right.
Like you just no, you can't.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's no way in hell. Someone's probably done it, but like it's ridiculously hard. And also like you also are good at rails and jumps. It's not just one or the other.
Okay, I'm gonna be frank. I am not jumps. I don't like jumps that much.
They too much shin bang for me.
I like technical rails.
Mhm.
If I can get on a rail and do a couple swaps, I think that's cooler than the backflip.
I agree.
I don't have the need to go upside down ever since I hurt myself, especially since I hurt myself. No need.
Would you ever want to learn how to do some wizardry? Do you know what
Like-
that is? Like the one ski on where you have the one on and like the one just below. The line traveling circus did it
Yeah,
quite a bit.
that's called something specific. I think it's called it's something wizard. It's a wizard, or no, that's a I forget exactly what it's
Yeah.
called. That's a I forget what that's called, but
Kinda like
yeah,
the
I've
one-footed.
done them before. Line Traveling Circus came to Brandywine. They're a ski company. Line is still around. They're a ski company.
Yeah.
And they had this video. I don't know if they still have it. It's a series where they would travel around
In this van.
the world in a van, and they would go to different resorts and film with what the resort had and their locals and stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
And they had came to Brandywine, and there was this trick they would always do where they would jump onto a rail and put one ski on and one ski under, like that, and then they would use the ski that's under, and
To,
they
like,
would spin off
Torque
of it.
Mhm.
And there's also they call it a what is it? I think it's a I forget what it's
Explain
called.
what the trick
It
is.
might be a dick crusher. It might be. I
Okay,
forget what
continue.
it's called, but you jump onto a box, which is like a wide rail, and you're on skis, and you ride straight, or you could go sideways, but you take your one ski and you put it up. So, like, you bring it around the other ski, and you put it up.
I thought that was like a salmon grab
Kind of, but it's like,
on a rail.
while you're on a rail, I think we made it up. No, we didn't make it up, but it's basically like crossing your legs while you're on the rail, and then if you're on one ski, you can pick it up, or if you're on both of them, you're kind of like really sketchily sat there on the box. And they had a competition where they were doing the trick you had mentioned earlier with the ski on the side, and then it was a competition of everyone at our ski resort with them doing their tricks, and it was so fun.
I think it's so sick that they did that. And
Yeah.
They
The
just
tour
went,
part of it.
The tour was so cool.
Yeah.
Because like in the skiing community, a lot of people enjoy the same things. And the line traveling circus was something that a lot of people who skied park all knew of.
Mm-hmm.
So it was just sick. It was sick as hell to see them come to our home resort, which is a 260-foot.
I just sent clips of us all eating shit in the.
Hell yeah.
It's called Joe Bear Crawling.
Soft esteem reindeer ceiling.
What is
cat, abrasive depressed puppy squad goals, and spiny annoying pot bat chest.
I was so close to that.
You were.
Bro, Richie, did you see that?
Hold up, let me look at this clip.
Me bear crawling? Yeah, I know. Yeah, dude. I didn't see the other clip, but yeah.
Bear crawl.
I was so close to a little Manny.
He's pulling up. He's going for Oh.
Smack that thing, huh?
My hip hurts now.
Yeah, I slammed my knee pretty hard.
That's a bitch.
I'm not hurt.
No?
No, dude. When I used to
Do
ride
you
that.
have pod?
There's literally nothing in here. Do you have a fork, Richie?
You can use a safety pin. I have that pocket knife somewhere.
What are you gonna do?
Don't worry about it.
What are you gonna
Don't worry
do with
about
your
it.
jewel?
Don't worry about it.
But yeah,
Bruh.
what I was about to say, when I used to longboard down here and like practice, I had a lot of bloody noses as a kid, and every time I'd like hurt myself enough to get a bloody nose, I would always just like sit down here and just be like, fuck, and there was just blood stains on the floor for the longest time from the
Dude.
bloody noses, because like I didn't want to walk upstairs and bleed all over the floor, so I just like, you know, sit there.
down here
Yeah,
and bleed.
just for a little bit.
You
'Cause,
couldn't
like,
get a paper towel.
I wasn't gonna run upstairs, and I wasn't gonna like.
Clean it up on your way back down.
You can't get blood out of
No.
carpets though.
Oh yeah. You carpet all the way up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was gross as shit though, because there was just blood stains in the cement floor for years. I think there's still some around, but like that's
Really?
besides the point.
Wait, how did we get to that? From me bear crawling on your floor?
Just rip sticking. That's how I did it. That's how I always knocked my face in.
Wow.
So it's 11. You wanna?
Yeah, we can wrap this up.
What
'cause,
are we
yeah,
at?
An hour 48. Long stream, and we've had
For real.
a fair amount of viewers throughout, but
We already did 2.5 earlier.
yeah, dude, we've gotten a
Yeah,
lot
we
of
got a lot of
content
stream
today.
today.
Thanks everyone for stopping by.
Yeah.
Just a little quick recap. I'm super glad that we talked about all the topics we talked about today, and I think that we approached all the things that we were talking about with an open mindset, which is the goal of the podcast. Just trying to be willing to listen and not just have an opinion on something.
Yeah.
And
Sweet.
it's been great, and thanks for stopping by. Make sure to follow us on Twitch, subscribe to us on YouTube, follow our Instagram, follow our Snapchat, and just share the information. Try expose other people to it, because you know.
Yeah,
it's a good
and
time.
reach out. Right?
Get
We're
that.
working on getting
We're
us
working
sub
on it.
button.
We're
We're very
working on it, Roland.
Here, I can give you a.
We're gonna get a sub button.
Hey man,
I don't
sooner
know
than
if
later.
we have it in the budget. I don't know, man. I don't know.
We'll look in the budget. We'll run some
We'll
numbers.
try to-
We need affiliates, so we need 50 followers. Stream for 8 hours, which we are half an hour away from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Stream on 7 different days, which we are 4 out of 7 days.
Uh-huh.
An average of 3 viewers, we are at 2.59.
Wow, so
We're
if
close.
you guys hit that sub
Hit-
or that follow, what is it?
That follow, you come back for
Yeah,
more streams.
yeah, it's follow. Keep coming back.
Spread the
hit that
news.
Follow.
Spread the good news.
Yeah, share
this.
it,
If
share
you
it.
think this is good enough to share, throw it out.
Yeah.
Thanks for stopping by, and it was great. I had
Yeah.
a good time.
See you rolling.
Peace out, Roland.